Hello world, WayofTime here, bringing to you another episode of EEPower. So those eagle-eyed, or rather in this case eared, observers would probably notice that my microphone doesn't sound like the same microphone, and they would be correct. The reason for this is unfortunately my headset has broke, therefore this audio quality might not be as, well, good as I normally like it to be. That being said, I think I was weighing the options and it was either a toss up between no new episodes or new episodes with a bit subpar quality. So I'll have you decide on that. That being said, I think it'd be a good idea to actually start this episode with a little love and affection. So let's try to get this, well, started. So the first thing we're going to do is try to figure out a good method to get our biome controller going. Now I have a huge row of lights so we can add stuff as we go, and of course only 10 wires per as of right now because I am a little cheap, and also the black dye is not exactly the most fun thing to come across. Anyways, as you see, we have ocean, plains, extreme hills, forests, etc. As always, those can be changed, like color-wise, to anything you desire. All I did was just go into the climate and added the first four things, and those are for normal and normal, and pretty much that. So let's go about trying to add our biome stuff. So first things first is we're going to need a bool conversion tool. Now, as you know, every single number that's not a zero is considered true. However, when you compare two non-Boolean flag numbers together, it gets very complex because and works on a per wire basis. So we want it to work per wire, not per wire on some occasions, so we need to convert it to a pure true or false flag, which is true is -1, 0 is, well, false. So bool convert basically takes that Boolean flag, so since everything that's not 0 is true, if will work. So -1, so if it's true, it'll return true, else it'll return false, and then that is all we need. Also, it's good if we want to invert something to convert it to a good Boolean without having to worry about some sort of nasty word that we'd have to work with. Bad words, bad. Okay, so now that we have that, we're going to need to be able to add a new biome. So for that, we need a new biome. So for this, we need an IOX address, a wire, a temperature range, which is basically the temperature address in this case, and the humidity address. So those numbers such as the normal T, that'd be the temperature address that you'd add in. Now, since every single biome is only really one set of conditions, one climate condition, there's no way to verify that, but I'm pretty sure that is the case. Well, I'm sure there's a way to verify it, though I am lazy. All we need to do is supply the simple stuff such as arid and etc. And this, of course, has to work on a per biome basis. So 4 cells a lot. And here's where the fun stuff comes in. Actually, we don't need to do any sort of clearing of memory for this. So next is a simple set biome. So this will set the biome. We need the IOX address, the wire, temperature, humidity, and the biome. So it's a simple do loop. And we have to add it in reverse order. So we have to subtract I from 3. So for instance, it starts at 0, and humidity needs to go in cell location 3. So 3 minus 0 equals 3. There, cells plus, exclamation mark, loop, and this should work. Should being the operand. So for instance, the the ocean thing is normal temperature and normal humidity. even though you'd think it'd be damp humidity, but I digress. So, once we get this thing working, we'll be able to add some extra parameters. Not extra parameters, so that is IOX address 120. We need to create ocean first. New biome. There, that's good. And for the parameters, 120, wire 1, and normal temperature, normal humidity, ocean, and what is it? Set biome. So this should work relatively quickly. Hopefully it works. Will you work for me? It worked for me. So we have our biome set, and I don't think it'd be prudent to check. Doesn't really matter, really. So now the fun thing about this is that the biome, you won't really have to worry about it, since we just need a way to check it. So we need to have some sort of array list that holds all of the biomes. I think having... Is 160 biomes good enough? If we have 160, it'd be 10 rows of light. I think that's good enough, just in case, and you can move it over there if you need to. It'd just be too tall otherwise. So, create and biome list. We'll create biome list. 160 sells a lot. And now, as a way to clear everything, since there's a let's just do this. Biome list 100 cells plus at. If it's not 0, then we know we have to clear everything. So once we figure out what it is, that is not 0, so we need to make a word that'll clear the biome list. So we'll make it as a gibberish word so we don't use it ever again. ASPE. If you happen to use this, you're an idiot. So we go all the way to cell 160, 0 do, and we take biome list I cells plus, and we need to set it to 0, so it'd be a good idea to put that at the front. 0 biome list I cells plus exclamation mark loop, and this will clear our biome list and initialize everything to 0 so that we can work on our next algorithm, pretty much similar to how our bees got royally screwed up. Royally screwed up, you see, because they're imperial and noble and yeah, I know, don't quit my day job. So just ASPE, it should work, so everything should be clear. So for instance, if we take our 100, we should be able to return 0. And it returns 0, so I'm assuming everything else is 0. So let's make our list biome, which will take a biome and return a success flag. So this biome list will refer to in other words, and we need to be able to basically look at it at any given time. So 160 0 do biome list I cells plus. So this will get the address of that's stored in the biome list location. We'll duplicate it. So this is the address. We need to get what it is. Dup at. So if the address stored is 0, what we'll want to do is assign. So assign what we had. And since we currently on the stack have two things, we have the biome, and then on top of that we have the location of the biome list. We'll assign it and give the true. And we'll unloop, exit, and then get out of there. Otherwise, we need to drop our address and then try again by looping. Now, the only way to get out of the loop normally, other than through the unloop exit, is by nothing happening whatsoever. So 0 should be given, saying, hey, by the way, yeah, you fail at life, therefore I am not going to do bloody anything. Have fun. So to quasi-test whether this actually works, we'll take our ocean and list the biome, and we have a -1 showing that it's true. So let's try it by taking list biome at ocean equal. If it's a true flag, then it shows that we do not actually have this. Okay, that could be a problem. Let's see what is the issue. List biome at gives what? 760. List biome 1 cells plus at gives probably not 760. It gives a 1. So that means that we're probably assigning the wrong thing. Probably. Let's look through what we have. Bonk. Okay, so, yeah, that's the problem with having a word that is called list biome and a command, or rather an array, called biome list. You get them mixed up, and I was trying to use the word in place of the biome list to figure out if it actually works. So it actually works. So let's page this so we don't have to worry about it too much. And as soon as we get biome list out of the way, I think we will be good. So now another thing we need to do is do biome match. Biome match should be the main word that is pretty much our go-to word. It'll take a bee and a biome and check if they actually match together. So what it should do is take the bee, get its tolerances, both of them, and then compare it with our biome that we want to do. And if it works, we need to take the biome, get its IOX address, and its wire, and set them. Simple enough, right? Okay, so biome match. This should be tricky. So we need to get the temperature information out of it. So we need to just get the number out of it. Swap 13 cells. Cells plus at. So currently we have both of the numbers on top of the stack for the bee. So we have the humidity on top of the temperature. So now we need to get the biome on top of it and do a little manipulation with it to make sure we figure out what the heck is actually in it. And since the bee can have multiple tolerances, there's no point comparing the addresses. We have to compare what's inside the addresses. That's why we do the at, and this is where our bool conversion comes into play after we do a bit of work. So rotate gets biome on top of it, we'll duplicate it, and for the first time what we'll do is get the information for the let's see, the humidity, since that's the first one we need to do, plus at. We need to rotate it again so that we have our bee's humidity on top of our biome humidity, and then we AND them together. And, as I said before, compares if any of the wires are the same. If it's the same, it'll return which wires are. So, then we need to convert that into a Boolean for later. So bool convert, if we actually spell it correctly, and there we go. Now we have our one Boolean on the top, so we rotate it so that we get that out of the way, and now we have our biome on top again. We duplicate it once more, and 2 cells plus at gets the number information, and now that we have that information, we'll rotate once more so that we get our actual number, our temperature, together with it. So our temperature of the bee and the temperature of the biome are right next to each other, so we AND it, bool convert, and then what we need to do is rotate it so we have the two booleans together, and them together because now they're just two booleans instead of two wires, and we'll check if both of them are true. What this and does is check if, well, this whole thing checks if if one of the humidity things is true and if one of the temperature things is true. So let's let that compile, and then let's see. So for instance, in the case of our imperial bee, I believe we'll do, it will have only these two lights on. So that's all it has to worry about. And then save, currently we only have the ocean, so eventually the ocean should light up. So currently this only just gives us the flag of whether it's actually true. So now we have the flag and we do the if. Now only the biome is on the stack, so we duplicate that biome and we do at, so we get the IO expander, and you know what we do with that. And then we take the cells, one cells plus at to get the wire IOX set. Otherwise, if that boolean is not true, we have to drop it, and then that's all we can do. So let's let this compile, stew a bit, and then see if we get something worthwhile. So we have to compare it with an ocean of madness, imperial and biome match. This should be quick, and it didn't give anything, which is a bit troublesome. So that means it doesn't match, or it means that we are using the wrong IOX address, or there is some other foolery that we have not taken into account with this. So I'm going to do some fact checking and don't want to bore you with those details, and then I'll be right back. It's small idiotic things like this that ruin my day. So apparently my set biome, I needed to, instead of just dupe rote swap. And obviously it still hasn't worked because I only set my ocean. So what I need to do is get the ocean, imperial, and it looks like there's something interesting happening with a few of our words in our programs. For instance, like old or something. Oh, cold is messed up for some reason, and a few other things. I don't know. It must have been when assigning stuff randomly. I'll change that later, but for now I don't think that's too much of a problem. So ocean, imperial, and we need to do match biome, I think it is. No, it isn't. Biome match. See what I was talking about before? Imperial, biome match, and supposedly it doesn't work. Whew! If you want to see the change in the code, pause your screen now, because I'm not going to go over it. You're good? Okay, so let's move on. So our biome match thing finally works in the sense that I managed to debug it. You'd think I would have learned to, check if the wire input is actually supposed to be that. So, now that we got that, here's where it gets more fun. We need to display it for any sort of biome. So we need our B, and we'll return the B just for fun. So 160 do, we need to traverse our biome list and continually go through it every single time until we manage to, well, not find any more biomes in it. So duplicate it. We'll take our biome list, I cells plus at. This will get our address for our biome. Dupe 0. If there's nothing in here, we'll want to drop, unloop, exit, because that means there's nothing else in the system that we have to look for. Therefore, we should move on. Otherwise, we're going to need to take our B from basically at the second part of the stack. So let's pick that. So now we have B biome B. We'll need to then do biome match on that pairing. And we'll still have B on the stack, so we can continue looping until we get to the very end of the list of stuff that we have. So for instance, our ocean should be visible. Now, we should do planes as well to show that it actually works. So assuming it's not a plane to figure out, let's just wait for it to compile. There we go. So we need to create planes, new biome. And it's 122 normal temperature, normal humidity, planes set biome, and finally planes list biome. So planes should be on the biome list, and let's take our B, let's clear all, reset all. So making sure all of our systems are reset, we'll then check to see if it actually works. So waiting, there we go, everything's reset, our ocean, etc. is reset. So assuming this works right away, we're almost done. Otherwise, we're going to have another nasty bit of debugging that we have to do, which is fun. So imperial display.b. Yes! Yes, 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 yes! There is no way I can explain how happy I am that this actually works. So, to show that it works a bit more, we should put another one, which I have no clue what we're going to put here. Let's actually check what one of our next one is going to be. Let's check for majestic, since it's pretty much, sky. So the sky is the limit, so let's add in sky, showing that it does work for another row. So let's create the sky, which will be a new biome, and as before, it'll have all that fancy stuff. So 119 will be the IO expander, wire, normal normal T, H. Long day, I can't explain it. Sky set biome. So 119, normal T, normal H, sky set biome. We have it set, so we need to just list it. And then imperial display.b. And it shows it. So there we go, it's actually showing it and everything. Now, to be fair, we should check if it works or doesn't work rather for another one, such as an icy and damp area. Let's put it as like, do we have anything like Mushroom Island shore, ocean? Let's go with Arctic as some sort of messed up biome. Let's check our words to make sure that our icy is okay. That's good. So create Arctic, and we're going to set this as a new biome, of course, and this one is going to be 1192. So let's put our Arctic on here. Arctic. It'll be frigid. So 1192 will need, let's see, it's not cold, but we want icy, and let's go with damp. Icy and damp. I don't know if that's what the Arctic will be. I haven't really gone up there. I'm not that far up north. Come on, guys. Arctic and good. So this should save it once we actually set the biome. Work. Doesn't know damp. Okay, so damp was actually corrupted as well. So let's put normal H. 1192 icy. Normal humidity. We'll rectify damp soon. Arctic set biome. You didn't work when I asked you to. And then that should work. So Arctic list biome. And then all we need to do is imperial display.b, and if all is working, it shouldn't be lit up. Which, as you see, it is not lit up. Even though one of the humidities worked, it did not work out when it came to being a little too frigid. So now that we have all that, we have we need a display option, so a full-on display. So just a simple display, which will reset all of the screens, display the parents, display the the temperature tolerances, display the biomes, and display the products. Not drop. Are you trying to say something to me? Huh. It's just being evil, okay? So, Imperial display. It should have to wait to reset everything, but if we go back, have some munchies, it set everything that it needed. So it works in those biomes. We're going to need to fix the Imperial stuff, such as the memories that is well saved into it, but everything is working. So we got display. The only thing that would be nice at the very end is to be able to have just a be all end all set B. Set B will basically take the IO expander, the temperature address, the humidity address, the products address, and the B. So we need to duplicate the B, and it's going to be 14 cells plus rotate swap exclamation mark. This will duplicate the B, put the address in, and since it's the new address B and products, we need to swap it, and then that's good. Then we need to duplicate 13 cells and do that. Wait a second. Cells plus rotate swap exclamation mark. And the same is for 12 location. Dupe 12 cells plus. Now that I think of it, this could have been easily handled in a do loop. Then again, easy is not necessarily the easiest thing to pull off, with me especially. Heck, I can never find enough levers for all my builds, gosh darn it. And I don't even have the stuff required to make levers in my inventory. I'd need to, cannibalize this. Nom nom nom. Okay, there. And now that I forgot of something, it's IOX and wire. So once again, cells plus rotate swap. I don't care that I am using so much memory, you have no idea. I can't even remember the last time we used this much memory. Ah, sigh. Pleasantries aside, the last thing that we need to do is then do exclamation mark, since the last thing on it will be B and IOX address. So there we go. So this will set the B. So whenever we create the B and have all the biome stuff, etc. ready, such as the products, in the case of something that has a default product, such as this, it'll be easy enough. Now, does this work? We can sign it, and we can rotate the sign thing. But knocking it off knocks both of the stuff off, which is not exactly a very good design, especially if I only want to get one of the things out. Like my drill. Yay! I knew the drill spun and everything, but I didn't know it spun that way. Pun intended. So, for all intents and purposes, the stuff required for this B project is done. All that's really left to do is for the user of the system to put in all the biome information that's required. That's easy enough to set up. Set up all the lights. That's going to be a pain in the ass, and I do need a bit more resources to be able to handle all of that. And they need to do the product information and, of course, add all of the bees. Seeing as there's over 200 bees? Yeah, over 200 bees. I don't think I'm personally going to add that in, especially during the recording time. Probably by the time I have episode 80 ready, well, of course, I'll be working on a new project by then, and we'll have this stuff a bit more tidy at least. I'll probably have like 5 columns of this preset, have at least that done with most of the vanilla bees, and have some sort of instruction manual on to add everything else. So I'll let you know how to download this and, well, when you'll be able to download this when I actually have a much better model of this done. I might, for the downloaded version only, hop into NEI and pretty this place up a bit by adding all the wires, etc. But that is probably something that I'm going to have to decide then. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of EEPower. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to future episodes. The ribbons want to be a bee. That is the worst bee I have ever seen. Honeycomb, WayofTime here, signing off. Oh dear. Have a wonderful day. Get away, you.